So, Laszlo. Well, okay, first let's get you re-caught up with like what's been going on. So, more or less, and if anybody else wants to chime in, your party was looking into this earthquake problem. Apparently, going down closer to the portal that goes to the earthen plane, there seems to be some kind of disturbance. The sage, or the individual who was guarding this plane to that elemental plane of earth, apparently they haven't been reporting back. It's been 48 hours, maybe longer, since you guys took a nice nappy poo, that, you know, he's been able to say, hey, this is what's going on, and it's getting worse and worse. Like, there's problems that seem to be arising centered at this location. And so you all have been tasked by the king of Deep Rock to venture forth and discover what seems to be the problem, and hopefully you all can be the solution. More or less, like, he was dealing with certain things and tampering with magics that, unbeknownst to the people who live above him, might bring harm to this realm. And so you, as an alchemist, decided, hey, these crystalline people, maybe they have a little bit of guidance. They can perhaps, you know, be part of that solution. And so you spent another couple hours with them while your party ventured forth, maybe clearing the way for you. And so overall, you didn't really learn much from these crystalline people. They were more afraid of, well, the civilization that lives above them, for them to collapse. They didn't really seem as disconcerted with having to share their habitat with less sentient creatures. And so them as individuals, they are able to communicate, and they have sentience. And so they're able to perhaps thrive should normal individuals pass away. Like, so far, they're not really inhibited as much. But you go ahead and make an investigation as you look more into the goings-ons.
Oh, damn.
So you get word from Salvatore, who literally dashed up to you while you were talking with some of these crystalline people, that you're needed. Like, things are starting to get a little bit more dire. And this is shortly after another earthquake. This one getting a little bit stronger than the others. And so he sprints on ahead, but you, being the smart individual that you are, you're able to figure out his path of travel. And so you find your way in this laboratory, just navigating these corridors. And you can see this map, correct?
Wait, there's two tracks playing at the same time, though.
Oh, is there? Only one for me. Is there still one playing for you?
I have the groovy one that bwomp bwomp.
I paused it. That's
like
weird.
This other thing with like guitars. There we go.
It just stopped for me.
That's interesting. I paused it on my end. That should have paused it for everybody else. The fact that you guys were still listening to that, I think it's funny. And so you start navigating these halls. You notice that there seems to have been some blood sprayed over here. It looks as though there's pools of water, and where it appears that lightning might have struck, and there seems to be some blood from someone getting struck by the lightning and a little bit splattered about. And so you pull out your magnifying glass and you're like, ooh, looky here, what's going on over there? And you find a couple of bookcases, and you just kind of scroll through them, and nothing really of interest to you specifically as a doctor and a practitioner of the medicine. And so you find your way into this room. It seems as though Salvatore's been here, as there's a fancy rug propped against the wall. But as you approach, a certain book seems to float in front of you. Okay. But there's also glowing runes. Right, yeah, he's the only one that can see it.
Okay, gotcha.
There's glowing runes and a floating book.
Yep.
Can I cast detect magic? I think I have that.
What are you more interested in?
We'll go with the runes.
Okay. And so if you cast the spell, you'll definitely understand what they are. Or you can make an Arcana check, your choice.
I'll just make it. If you're gonna give me the
I'm giving you an option. So, yeah.
I'll just do Arcana. I take it back. I take it back.
Them some scribbles on the flow.
Can I in frustration just cast detect magic?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Whoa.
Yeah, it's just an effect. But as you cast detect magic, you notice that all of these books along the shelves, certain ones that definitely pique your interest in your line of field, begin to glow with this green hue. And you feel this pulsing sensation like, ooh, these are books that I can spend hours and days reading. But these runes, you get the feeling that they would lead you to your friends. But as you turn around, just looking at all of these books along the shelves, this book floating in front of you is pulsing with the brightest green hue you've ever seen.
Okay. I'll approach it cautiously. Is there colors associated with like the rune stones of the different whatever you call them that we have? Like, is there a color associated with Gemini and?
Yeah, for the most part, this seems to be of like a nature base. It's very earthen. It's Virgoan.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Love hearing Caleb P.
you look through this book and you begin to tab through it, and it is now in your inventory. And you begin to read it, and you fall into this daydream-like state as you're looking upon its pages, and you are now bound to this book. Feel free to peruse it as you backtrack into these runes, and you find yourself among your friends.
Boy. Oh.
Loading the elemental workshop. Oh, that's right. That's where we were.
And so all of you find yourselves looking at these two very different doorways. One that seems to be imbued with the elemental properties of fire, and the other that seems to have this thin layer of water, as far as you can tell. And so from what you're familiar with, having perused through the laboratory, the first floor, that all of these rooms seem to have some kind of elemental affinity used for study. And so with that being said, which room would you like to go forth? This is a fork in the road. Laszlo bumbles out in front of you all, reading a book.
Oh, hi guys.
Where did you come from?
Welcome back, Laszlo.
Real questions. Where did I go?
Oh, wait, you were gone? Oh, shoot. Well, welcome back.
Did you see my rug?
No.
I placed it in a pretty obvious place. I was hoping you'd pick it up for me.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. It's
I
okay.
totally saw the rug. I'm just saying I didn't.
Okay.
We can check forward on the way back, Salvatore.
All right, how about we go fire first, get a little warm, and then we cool off in the water. So, I mean,
Okay.
Are you trying to torture me?
well, I mean, I don't see how the water getting on us first. It'll dry up pretty fast in the fire area, I'm guessing.
I see what
Are
you're
you
saying.
afraid
Save
you,
the best
you afraid
for
you might
last.
evaporate?
The best for last. This is the water, by the way, for the record. And then this is the fire. Just so you're aware.
I have somewhat of an affinity for fire. I do like it. And I think, Kai, you'll be able to combat whatever we face in there the best.
Holy shit.
I think what Alonso was saying makes sense, and we can go for the fire room first.
So as you enter into this room, there's scorching heat that begins to radiate as soon as you cross through this threshold. And approaching the central room, you begin to see these pools of lava. And so you're going stealth mode.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move in, I'm not trying to bumble in. I'm trying to take my time,
Sure. And so this lava, you can see that there's a very thin ledge that you navigate, and you of course do a couple hand gestures to the party behind you just so they don't step in, an ill-fortunate pool of lava. But looking inside, you can see that there's several pathways. And on the right side of the room, your right, entering in, there seems to be a cage with someone resting or unconscious inside. And then to your left, there seems to be an altar with a staff resting precariously, almost floating on top of it.
Okay.
Oh, Elliot, by the
Way
way,
that big.
I can't click any of the things in the tome to see what they are.
Yeah, let me look through it.
The new recipe I have is the one that I want to be able to look at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can give you permission, I think, real quick. Or add it to your stuff. But yeah, what is everyone doing as they enter into this room?
I'm gonna, when I see the person in the cage, I'm gonna turn back on me. There's somebody in the cage, in the corner, unconscious. I'm gonna see if I can unlock it and see if they can maybe help us out, give some information to us.
Before unlocking it, perhaps we could just interrogate him beforehand.
I mean,
You want to interrogate somebody before we rescue them?
He might be in the cage for a reason. Let's simply talk to him and see if he's a good guy.
We will see what they have to say.
all right. Well, y'all talk to him. Yeah, boss. Y'all talk to him and get ready to pick the lock. I'll keep an eye out for y'all. I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna head that way with them, but I'm gonna just more look at, keep lookout.
Can
I'll go
I
with Salvatore.
take a look at that big thing in the middle, like from a distance, and just see if there's anything suspicious?
Yeah, you can approach it, but as far
larger.
as you can tell, it seems to be like a quarterstaff in a way, and it has this skull kind of like pierced on the end. But those of you that approach this unconscious individual, you can see that he's barely breathing. It's almost as though he's comatose, and he's drenched in sweat. It's almost as though he's maybe dehydrated at first glance.
Hey, guy, maybe you could, make him a little more slippery.
Tide pod to start.
Okay, yeah, you put the Tide Pod in his mouth, and it gives this overwhelming like feeling that he's not really digesting it. It's as though you go through all of the methods to rub his throat, chew his jaw for him, but he's just not having it. Somebody's mic is like freaking out, by the way. I don't know who's. Can anybody else hear it?
Yeah,
I can hear you. I'm on push or talk, so
I'm mute.
Can you guys hear me?
Was it me?
I don't know. My cat.
maybe it's James.
I think it might be James, honestly.
It's still there, and he just
and
left.
he left. Yeah, he just left. So
Can you guys hear me?
Well, it's not Caleb, because you reconnected first.
I think it might be Dylan. Dylan, mute yourself real quick.
Yeah, it's Dylan. Just plug your mic back in and out. Something was happening, Dylan.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I was having some crazy connection issues. Sorry.
Yeah. Honestly, when someone adjusts one thing on their audio video, it's so weird. It literally like reconnects everybody. So I'll see if I can find a workaround for that in the future.
Okay.
You said that last episode.
Dude, not to brag, I don't pay for it. So
I guess Salvatore will splash a little bit of water on the prisoner's face.
sure. Those of you that have interacted with this individual, go ahead and make a perception or medicine check.
So sorry. I cut out like before anybody even walked up to the cage. What did I miss?
There are several things in this room. Wow, both of you. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and so
I'm
for your
working on
record,
lookout.
for Bruce, there is a staff to the left of the room in this altar here. And then
Okay.
there is a unconscious individual in a cage on this far right side.
Okay.
And so both Salvatore and Alonso, you get the feeling that this room is what's preventing him from coming back to, the waking realm. It seems as though he's, in a way, just completely drained of all water in a sense. It's as though you can still, splash water on him. You can put something in his mouth to rehydrate him. But it's this room. It has this magical property preventing him from, just coming back.
Well, it seems there's a mystery afoot. We must solve this puzzle before this individual can awaken.
Do you think you'd be okay to leave him alone?
I mean, he's been okay so far.
It doesn't look okay to me.
Does there seem to be a way to get over to this door over, what's the button to, I always forget for the arrow.
It's an X.
X.
The door over there. Any way to get over there?
That door, it appears to be completely sealed off, so it's literally closed. It's a locked door, but there's also a pool of lava directly in front of it. It seems to have a stream of lava that basically pools right on this ledge that you're currently standing.
So there's not a ledge in front of the door that I could like work on the door. in front of
No,
it with?
there's not. There's not a door,
Alright,
ledge in
got
front of the door.
Got it.
This dude was completely unresponsive, right?
Yeah, that guy's completely unresponsive. As though every attempt at waking him has so far failed. And he's currently in a cage,
Hey.
mind you.
Magic people, you want to come touch this skull stick over here? See what you can do.
Yeah, I'd like to examine it.
Okay.
If I can.
So go ahead and make an investigation check. Yeah, you get the feeling that in order to even identify it, you're going to have to hold it in your hands.
What a DM thing to say.
Hey, you rolled low.
Oh, I know.
I had the 120, and I thought that it was going to be a different day for me for rolling the die, but I was wrong.
Oh man.
I
Right.
guess I'll just pick this up and see what happens.
So as
That's
you
the
reach
intelligent thing to do.
you reach for it, and it begins to splinter in your hands, and the face begins to careen, literally 90-degree angle to look at you, and it says, "What the hell are you doing?" And his voice bounces off of the room itself, and you begin to hear something stir underneath the lava. Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
Is my mic still acting up?
No, you're
No,
good.
you're great now. Thank you,
Okay.
Dylan.
It just cut my sound off completely for some reason afterwards.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Technical
It's
problems.
all good.
Oh, I hear music.
Nice.
Did anything happen with the guy in the cage?
Oh, that's cool.
He cursed you. I don't know. Nothing. Nothing happened. You're good.
Hey, Dylan, are you still? I turned my sliders all the way to the right, and that I can hear it now. I don't know if that might help you.
I can hear the music now.
You can? Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Kai,
Those look
you
like tentacles.
tentacles.
One on accident.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So Kai, you begin to hear something, well, bestial in nature begin to emerge from the lava. What would you like to do? You can't see them yet, but you know they're there.
I am panicking outside of my comfort zone here, so I'm going to. Let me see if I can click on it. Just my dog. Where did it go?
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
I'm going to cast Create Water. I get to cast it as a second level, as my like racial ability, and I'm gonna make it rain. So what that does is it creates
Cool.
20 gallons of water that rains in a 30-foot cube.
Okay. And so it's currently raining then, or unless you want to condense it or anything of that nature. What would you like to do with it?
I think I want it to rain just to have it spread and pool as much as possible, rather than have it condensed just to one spot.
Okay. So yeah, as it begins to just immediately turn into this entourage of rain that begins to pour down on your entire party, it begins to cool you, and you feel this refreshing sensation. And it's as though every inch of it that touches the lava, it begins to sear and create this smoke. These clouds begin to arise, and you can see that this is deterring whatever is underneath the lava from emerging at the moment.
And then I'm gonna go over. I'm going to move a little bit, and then that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Huh.
Bruce, would you like to roll initiative?
Oh, it didn't roll. Hold on.
Very nice.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
And so these creatures currently underneath the water, afraid of it, are looking for an entrance that they can emerge from that wouldn't seem to deplete their fiery mass at all. And so this creature is going to move a couple of inches, I guess feet. This will probably be like 20 feet. It'll slither underneath this walkway. You'll even see its shadow before it pops up, and it attacks the first target it sees, which will be you, Kai. So it moves its last 30 feet to get to you, and it's gonna multi-attack and do a bite and a tail swipe. 21 to hit for 3 damage,
Oh, damn.
Nice.
and then a tail swipe, 16 to hit for 4. Damn.
I take it. I take it.
We take those. All right, another entity, also deterred by the fire, is going to emerge on the very cusp here, and he's going to attack you, Bruce, being the closest target.
Holy shit.
And he's going to run around for a bit, expending all of his movement. Oh, 14 to hit,
That's a miss.
and a tail for 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
7 bludgeoning damage. As he goes for a bite, you deftly dodge out of the way, and as you go for a jab, his tail comes around, smacking you in the upside of the head.
Ooh.
Salvatore, you're up.
Oh, Salvatore goes ahead and activates his Rite of Storm.
Nice.
Ooh. And then he goes to the nearest lava worm, whatever they're called. And he attacks with his rapier.
Very good. And so you raise your rapier up into the air, and a lightning bolt. You see all of Salvatore's fur immediately perk up, and as he goes with the shiver in his step, shing, shing. Oh, that's a miss on the first one.
Can I use my inspiration on that? Or would that-
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and re-roll it.
We'll see. Okay.
Hell yeah.
17 does hit for 12 damage plus the 6.
Oh shit! And then I'll roll again.
Yeah, you just deftly maneuver the rapier straight through its skull as it dodged out of the first initial strike, but then the second one also strikes true, 11 piercing damage. That was enough to drop him. So this rapier that just struck at Bruce is down.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can move if you like too.
Yeah, I'll move towards this other worm-looking thing, ready to help my friend Kai.
Sounds good. And so this snake here is going to emerge out of the lava, and he strikes at you now, Salvatore, being the closest entity.
No.
You can see these creatures are very angry, very territorial. 18 to hit.
Minus. Oh, I'm getting hurt now. Ooh, miss. Thank goodness.
And then, yeah, the first bite chunks a huge bite into your shoulders, and he comes back out. Fire begins to come out of these bloody pores, and then he comes back around with the tail, but you're able to duck in time. And then a fourth snake, unable to get out of the fiery, where the water is, he's actually going to have to go around. This is the closest entrance, and he sees the rain falling, and he hisses at it, and he can't even reach anybody. However, he's gonna just jump over the altar to get at you, Laszlo. However, he will take 1d4 damage from this water
Ooh.
Clutch.
as it pours on him.
Nice.
It'll bite and tail at you, Laszlo. 14 to hit.
Miss.
23 to hit.
Ooh.
That might hit. That might hit.
So for 13 damage, as it goes to bite at you, you can see the water just gets in his eyes and it leaves these burning marks. But then his tail comes back around using the momentum, striking you in the back of the head. Alonso, it's now your turn.
move.
All right. I like looking around. First, I was getting ready to like run up towards Kai. I pull my hammer out, getting ready to sprint towards him. Then I hear Laszlo like cry out. So I turn around. I got you, little buddy. Then I come towards him. I'm gonna hunter's mark the snake closest to him, and there's that first level. And then I'm going to just take my hammer and melee. Well, actually no, because it's going to be better for me to get more to my attack rolls if I throw. So I'm going to throw my hammer at it.
Sounds good. 17 hits. Thunk.
So that's 12 points of damage on the first hit.
Yep.
And then when it comes back to me, I'm going to slam a nail at it.
13 misses, unfortunately. So as you throw your hammer at it, it literally donks him in the front of the head. You can see there's a little concussion happening, where there's a dent in the middle of his snake-like frontal cortex. And as the hammer rears back to your hand, Thor style, you rear up a nail, and unfortunately it strikes into the stone altar, just barely missing Laszlo's head.
Sorry.
Watch it, will you?
Yeah, Bruce's shadow boxing hits himself in the jaw. Laszlo.
All right, so this quarter staff thing is in my hands, right?
Yep. And it's looking at you, kind of inquisitive. Come on, man, I need my beauty sleep here. What are you doing?
Well, what are you? I'm just trying to figure out what you are.
My name's Stickless.
All right, are you commanding all these snakes? Can you like stop?
No, dude. This ain't no stick up. Listen, these guys, they're friendly unless, you know, you come in here, guns blazing.
We weren't here, guns blazing. I just picked you up, and then everything started attacking us.
You know, shit's going haywire, bro. Oh, watch out! Boink. That's when the tail hits you in the back of the head.
Wait a second. I think I actually might have a solution to this. Oh, well, this is different. I want to cast Identify on the staff.
Okay, I think there is a casting time to that, though.
There is?
One minute. Cast that spell.
Shit, that's 1 minute's like forever in combat.
10 rounds.
I'll give it to you back.
I already put it back. All right. Well, I'll deal with you later. And I just shove him in the bag of holding.
And he's muffled.
So then I'm going to deal with the snake in front of me. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the new stuff I got. Using my tome that you just gave me, I want to cast Ray of Sickness.
Okay.
On the snake.
Yeah, and so your book, as you were just kind of like speed reading through it, you remembered that one page with that really nice thing that did that thing you like, and so you reread it out loud at the snake, and then you hold your hand up and then just blast him straight in the face.
Hey.
Oh yeah, and that was enough to finish him off too, unless he succeeds on this, which he does not. And so this ray of sickening poison just goes straight down his throat, and you see him gulp it, and he just implodes, and snake guts go flying everywhere.
You're not supposed to swallow that. And I'll just like hide behind Alonso.
Trust me, I'm a doctor. All right, Bruce, it's your turn.
All right, I want to hurtle over this dead snake and then do like one of those no hands cartwheels in between both of these guys.
Athletics check for that.
Other side. Is there a check?
Athletics, let's see it.
Athletics? Fuck yeah.
Yep. So you use this snake as a springboard, and then you kind of like launch off of Salvatore's shoulders, getting that accurate momentum, and then doom doom, and then you come down with that people's elbow. Yeah, give us a roll. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Plus sneak attack.
Feels so good.
Oh yeah, and that's also doubled.
Wait, I doubled that too. Oh, The best. The best.
So you actually did enough damage in that one turn to kill this snake. And so your elbow, it looks up just in time for your elbow to impact it straight in the teeth. And it just, all of them go flying out, scattering along the floor. And that snake falls dead, lifeless on the floor.
Awesome. And then I'll carry that momentum around into a roundhouse kick. And I'm going to flurry of blows to this second guy over here.
Nice. Yeah, and as you spin,
I get my second one.
The highs and lows, man.
nice.
There we go.
Yeah, with this whirlwind kick, you come back around, smacking the second snake, who just kind of like bends with the impact, not really doing what you intended. However, you come back around, smacking this one straight in the head with your other leg. Yeah, that's 6 points of damage.
You're next.
Kai, your turn.
I'm gonna cast Waterlog and then give it some of my Staff of Tides.
You're gonna bonk it.
I'm gonna bonk it. Ooh.
Man.
Unfortunately, as you jut your staff straight into the ground, the lava seems to kind of interrupt your flow, and as you go to swing at this entity in front of you, this creature, it just kind of like anticipates it. It's as though the water that usually guides you just wasn't quite there yet. It hadn't become corporeal.
I'll say, go on, get out of here, and then that's my turn. as if I was just shooing it away.
Although it's surrounded, this creature looks very angry, and it keeps lashing out at you, Kai, its initial target. It's gonna bite and tail at you. It's 21 to hit for 9. And then he'll also come back around with the tail. Oh yeah, he's starting to feast, and he's getting to this frenzy. Fire begins to emanate from all of these bloody entries that you all created on him. He looks very angry. Salvatore, it's now your turn.
Oh, you know what I'm doing. I'm gonna stab him with my rapier. Oh.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Well, I'm gonna go for it again.
That does hit 7. Go ahead and add your Rite of Storm. And because you're using that rapier, I'm going to go ahead and make it your +1. Because as you recall, you did get a +1 rapier. That's in your inventory, but you would probably already have all your macros and stuff. So I'll just put it on these instead.
Oh, thank you. And Rite of Storm.
Yeah, plus the storm damage as your rapier sinks into it. You kind of like wait a moment, like, where's the lightning? And then it's just like a stun gun inside of it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so that is a total of not enough. And so, is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yep. It is now Alonso's turn.
All right, bonus action, switch the hunter's mark to the snake and take my shots. My hammer, though, because we're not at super long range, so conserving arrows.
Sounds good.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. And so you basically throw a nail up into the air, and just as you line up the shot, you hunter's mark, and you whistle just slightly, and you can see the air start to curl around it ever so slightly. And as you throw your hammer, you kind of like just move that nail just an inch or two, and then you catch the hammer, and then boink, slam it straight into the fire snake, pinning it against the wall. Yeah, it's dead. Combat's over. Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. All right. So now that we're nice, safe, and sound, I'm going to take Sticky back out.
Okay.
All right. This is Stick Up. Tell what's going on.
Yeah, good one, pal. Hey, have you seen my boss? Oh, look, there's Jeremiah over there. Hey, Jeremiah! And he actually pricks out a little splinter and he waves it over at that unconscious gentleman in the corner.
He's your boss?
No, that's the boss's apprentice.
Oh, can you wake him up? He's kind of out, cold.
You know, he probably got stuck earlier.
What does
What
that
the hell?
mean?
Stuck with what?
Oh,
It's hilarious.
but I might have said too much.
All right, I'm gonna like stand up in front of him, and then I'm just gonna identify the staff.
Okay. While he's doing that, what is everybody
Got
else
my
doing?
little magnifying glass thing.
I'm gonna take a
I'm
potion of healing for myself.
Okay.
I'm standing in awe at this stick making puns. I'm just like, what?
Let me see if
What
there's any
the-
kind of switches or any kind of anything around the room that might get triggered, or I don't know, anything that seems out of the ordinary. I mean, obviously this whole room is kind of funky, but like, I want to feel my hand along the walls, look for like hidden switches and stuff.
Sure, make an investigation check.
I'll go ahead
It's-
and chug a potion too, and I'll be like, cheers to Kai as we drink our potions.
Okay.
As the confetti
Nice.
goes.
So you guys chug together. Here I'll give Salvatore that healing. Meanwhile, Alonso. Oh, did you do it too?
I did. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I fixed it. Alonso, meanwhile, is just riding the ridge of these lava pools, just looking for something hidden. It's just anything hidden. And as you get closer and closer to this doorway right up here, you stop feeling the heat behind you. It's as though this lava pool, well, it's not quite lava. At least this individual block of lava. Minecraft rules.
So basically directly across from the door is like that span of lava is cool.
And so with your understanding of nature, you basically trust that this is not actually lava, and you place your foot directly on top of it, and you just very carefully, mind you, you rest it on top of the lava, and it seems to just go through it. It's an illusion.
Oh.
No shit. Hey guys, watch this, and I like dive, like I'm getting ready to dive into the lava.
What are you crazy?
Alonso, no.
Do you dive into the
I'm
lava?
guessing I dive into the not lava. I dive into
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're currently standing. This is actually like a 5-foot kind of like rivet where the lava starts. There's like a very thin layer of what appears to be some kind of metal that prevents the actual lava from spilling over, and so it looks as though you're floating, almost like beheaded in the lava.
Oh, I
I do
want
like sideways walk over to the door and kind of just I need a lockpick over here, please.
It's
Oh,
a head
yeah.
floating on the lava right now, talking with you all.
Necromancy.
How is he doing
I
this?
want to turn to the stick man and just be like, "What the hell's going on in here, corn dog?"
You can see he's currently vibrating with Laszlo's touch, who's just like staring at this stick individual, like, "What do you do?" And as
many magnifying glasses.
yeah, you hear a
and
ding
that's
after 60 seconds. Okay,
I've
yeah,
got it.
yeah, okay, yeah. Listen, I can tell you anything you want. You know, now that you've basically you know everything about me, yeah, I don't have to ask any questions. You know, this guy already knows, obviously.
I do, in fact. No. What do I know?
Well, I think you're able to click him. He is in your inventory.
Oh, he's in my inventory. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But I will also share him with the rest of the party, so everybody could see him.
Nice.
Nicholas.
Ooh, Laszlo?
Tickle.
I guess I'll just read out the thing.
Yep. All right. So everybody can go to their items. He is at the bottom of the list, and you should be able to click him.
Oh, buddy.
So, you know, I can help with anything magical. I'm essentially, you know, like you can pinpoint me. I'm like a needle. Like if you got to go somewhere, let's say you want to go to the elephant plane of Earth, you know, that's a good place to go, right? We're close. Like you can point me and boom, I'll guide you, obviously. But overall, like I help with anything Arcana. So like if you point me at something magical, I could tell you a little bit more about it than you obviously would know.
Okay. Do you know
Also,
how far
I can
we
shoot
are
fire.
from the portal?
That's important.
Do you know how far we are from the portal?
Well, you gotta go through the dark room and the light room, but you also have to do a little bit in the water room.
And then is it like a lock? It's like a lock system kind of thing. Like we gotta get to the end of each one.
Well, yeah. Listen, there's a meaning to all of this. You see, this is all part of Norris's research. If Norris, presented this for people to find, obviously it would be a little bit more easy to digest. But this is all part of his research, And yeah, I haven't seen the guy in like 2 days, so I know something's up. So if you guys want to go find him, I'm game. Yeah, Norris.
Is
Norris,
he the one who made you?
yeah, he's the sage. He's the sage. Well, he inherited me. He inherited
Oh, wait,
me.
so then who made you?
Well, I had a friend back in the day. Her name was Sarah. And Alonso, that name rings a bell. Go ahead and make a history check.
Would you look at that?
It's your mom.
Yeah.
It's your mom.
You're muted, Alonso.
You
Yeah,
think of if you knew the other Sarahs.
Yeah. I was laughing when I was like, make a history check. What's my mom's name again?
Who is mom? Who is mom?
Yeah. So we didn't hear anything you said, Davey. I think you're. Nope.
You're
Nope.
muted.
Where was the stick? Inventory?
There you go.
There you be.
Now no.
Oh, and you're on again.
And it's gone.
Still.
Fine. It's not your mom. It's a stick. Just kidding. Does anybody want to ask the stick other questions?
Oh, hello.
How
Oh.
did the apprentice get locked in the cage here?
That's going to cost a persuasion check. And you can see he's a little bit uncomfortable with the question.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Uncomfortable with talking.
If it's low, I can
Can you hear
back
me now?
up him.
Yes, now we can hear you.
My mom.
That's your mom? Yeah, I guess I could see the resemblance. Yeah, your mom was the previous sage. And you see, I helped her with a bit of her research. But yo, Norris, he kind of went bonkers, dude. He's been trying to summon this weird entity, mixing all the elements together. It's the weirdest thing, man. I kind of dig it.
Well, that would explain a lot of the weird shit that's been going on around here. That
Yeah,
we're,
what?
trying to stop.
Hey, for a guy who likes to grab random sticks, brother, I think you like random shit, huh?
I'm just a man of research.
I'm a sage's stick, man. You don't grab a sage's staff, bro.
Didn't know until I grabbed you.
And so, Kai, you had
Oh, wow.
asked your question, and more or less, like, this guy who is basically caged up right now, he seems to be the target of research. And so him being in that cage is so he can't get away. And that's kind of like the information that Stickless gives you through, well, body language, being a stick and not wanting to answer your question.
Okay. It's a human. It's like a.
Yep. It's a human male.
person we'd be talking to. I'll cast Healing Word on him.
Okay.
Also, in case I haven't done this already, I'll let Stickless walk around since he's a walking stick.
Okay, yeah, you basically gently kind of let him stand up on his own, and two splinters sprout out, and he just starts tripoding around. So yeah, this is the fire room. By the way, if you want to resuscitate that gentleman, you're gonna want to get a little bit of water in here. It's way too hot, brother. But he actually walks over to the cage itself, and he unlocks it.
Okay. Is there any water pulled up from the rain?
Oh no, it
Or
all basically evaporated. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
I'll pick up the man.
Okay.
Does anybody want to empty their water skin on him? I used
I-
mine for the lightning.
I tried it earlier. It didn't work. Perhaps we should go to the water room after we investigate the mysterious.
Why don't we put the water in his mouth so he can drink it?
He might also feel more comfortable in the water room.
I think he's magically dehydrated.
That could be.
How long is detect
the case.
magic? Oh wait, no, I did that a long time ago. Never mind.
Yeah, we could
Well, let's take him to the water room then.
Double back.
And can I examine him real quick just to make sure it's like something magical or if he's actually just dehydrated?
Yeah, make a medicine or arcana check. And yeah, Kai, you understand that your healing magic would not have worked.
Oh,
So you can take your first level back because you all had already tried several things. And then Stickless also told you as much. And
Got it.
yeah, and Laszlo, you essentially stopped him from casting that healing word spell as a last resort in a way. And so, yeah, you correctly identified that this is some kind of like magical deterrent. It's something in this room specifically is preventing him from resuscitating, coming back to consciousness.
Besides the lava.
Can I tell if it's like if we take him out of this room, if that'll fix it or make things worse?
You'll have to find out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just carry him over and we can always come back here.
Oh, you guys are still
Alrighty.
worried about him? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alonso is kind of like floating around on his back in this lava pool.
We
can have swim
time later.
What are you doing over there, Alonso?
Oh, I was waiting on a lockpick. I thought we were just going to move forward and come back for him later. I mean, you know.
Well, Bruce, carry him with you, and maybe Salvatore can help him with the lock.
Salvatore rushes over to help with the lock.
This door does not have any orifice for lockpicking mechanisms. It seems to be stone slabs, and it also seems to be very difficult, if at all possible, to enter because of this illusionary lava pool.
Salvatore relays this to Alonso and says perhaps we should adjourn to the water room.
So we've got to do the water room first.
It seems like magic.
I believe that seems to be the case.
All right. Well, I'll help you carry him then.
Let's see.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
but I'll scoop him up as best I can. I've got a bunch of carry weight left, so I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, for the most part. Go ahead.
Stickless, you coming with?
Yeah, brother. Yeah, I mean, you took care of my friends, so I guess you're my new friends, huh?
Yeah. Well, we'll roll with that.
Those snakes, brother.
I mean, aren't you like a
those are your
loyal
friends?
stick to Norris?
That's like the
Yeah.
closest thing I have to a staff ever. Those snakes.
Well, sorry about that.
No, you're
Do
not.
I think I can turn into one of these snakes?
They're actually classified as elementals, funny enough. But yes, I would allow you to wild shape into one.
Sick.
There's a spell that lets you change an elemental and actually, I think you can actually wild shape into an elemental.
Well,
Wait,
like
that's-
big elemental, isn't that like Moon Druid?
It's
I think that's
oh,
the
it is.
Moon Druid
You're right. It is Moon Druid, but it's any elemental of a certain challenge rating or below, so that those would be included with that. But yes, you're right. It is Moon Druid.
Amazing.
Yeah, but you get the impression that you can at least assume the shape of these. That you might not have like the same elemental properties, for example. But
I can turn into a snake and pretend that I'm doing the same
Yeah.
thing. Is that what you're telling me?
yeah, yes, you can
Snake
pretend.
looks just
Yes.
like that.
All right, let's go, gang.
And so this way, and you watch as he kind of like leaps up and then just kind of rotates midair, and he starts shuffling along. He goes very slowly, and then as he gets to this pool here, he literally lays flat like a bridge, and then 90 degrees back up, and he just kind of like keeps going like that up the stairs.
I stop everybody before we like all follow him. Like, just keep an eye on that stick, cause didn't he say Norris made him? Or well, my mom made him, but he's been used by Norris since then. And he likes what Norris has been doing, so just keep an eye on that stick.
Yeah, but I mean, he might also be able to lead us to Norris.
Oh, that's why we're sticking with him for now.
Just
Yes.
don't trust him too much.
He's our best shot for now, but we should be careful.
I saw how you were attracted to the staff and grabbed it firmly.
It's called research, my man. Research.
Is that what the kids are calling it these
Is that what
days?
you call it nowadays? Yeah.
That's what the kids do in college these days.
Great. So you all make your way up these stairs, and what you understand the second you get to the threshold is that this water that seems to be a veil, well, it goes throughout the entire room. So go ahead and move your characters up there. And as you cross through the threshold into the fire room, and you lay Jeremiah, Bruce, along these runes in this room up here. Oh yeah, you're inside the lava. I moved you out. You notice that Jeremiah Osmo, he begins to wake as the stick pointed out who he was. So Jeremiah begins to stir. And you see all the color just immediately begin to come back into his skin. It's as though all the water seemed to be drained from him in a way.
Are you all right?
Man, wow. And you actually see him chewing as Kai had put a good berry in his mouth. Nice. Yeah, lime. Wow. Hey. Wow.
I always get mint.
Minty lime. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Very nice.
I'm working on the balance. I'm still working on the balance, guys.
Hey, where's Norris? What are you guys doing here, huh? Hey, come on, man.
We were hoping you could tell us.
Yeah.
Well, I was just taking a nap. But he's been missing.
He's been missing for 2 days, and we're here trying to figure out what's going on.
2 days?
It didn't really seem like you were taking a nap. It seemed more like you pretty much half dead.
Well, I mean, sometimes I, go in here for a little sauna action, and he thumbs back over to the fire room. That's actually my nap cage. And so, usually the master wakes me up after a little while. He usually uses my blood for his research. He's a great guy. But yeah, where's Norris? He said he's been away. And he actually looks at his watch, and an arcane little sundial appears. Holy shit! What? Look at the time. I should get going. And he actually goes to move in front of the runes here.
Wait.
Wait.
Can I insight check him or something?
Sure.
I can't do it magically, but I have a feeling he might be like charmed or something. I just want to get a feel for him. Oh, nope.
Yeah, you can actually see, looking upon his body, that he's definitely telling the truth, at least with this blood work. It's as though his sleeves, which are all kind of like tattered and astray, there seems to be like orifices where blood is drawn from, too.
Okay.
I mean, should we stop this guy?
What's
It's
his
like
name?
running towards
Jeremiah,
the
where are you going?
Well, I'm going to go talk to the boss. What are you guys doing? Are you here for some research?
Perfect.
Wait.
We'll go with you. Perfect. Let's go.
Yeah,
Come
we're,
on, guys,
we're
let's
looking
follow
for Norris too. We're looking for Norris too.
We'll follow
him.
along.
We can help you get there. Make sure that you don't run into more trouble.
Okay.
Oh.
So essentially you all take turns stepping on this runic platform where these runes are all kind of like glowing. And it only takes like a second or two just for each of you to individually teleport. And so... Okay. So he essentially goes back to where you all came from, and roughly 15 minutes pass as he is desperately trying to contact his sensei. And every time, he puts down this like arcane phone and he picks it back up and dials it basically on his hand. It's a voicemail again. And he looks at all of you individually. All right, what do you know? Huh? What is this, a prank? Is this a prank? What, did you guys kill him? No, you couldn't kill him. He's too strong.
Stickly.
Stickless? What do you know? Stickless is actually cowering behind Laszlo, being the same height as him. Well, Jeremiah, come on. I am a truth teller, a soothsayer, a stick player. Bro, I don't know anything about where the boss went. He left me here, as he usually does, in the fire room. Like, he went, deeper in, and we just haven't seen him since. What do you think? Come on, man.
I don't know. That sounds kind of suspicious, Stickless. The way you delivered that.
both of you in the same room and neither of you know what's going on?
What is
No.
what does
Huh?
Jeremiah look like? What is he?
This is him.
Like race.
He's
He's a
a
human
dark-skinned human mage, and it seems as though he's
Okay.
a apprentice of sorts. And those of you that are familiar with individuals of this area, you can tell that he's definitely Virgoan descent.
Where do you know how to get deeper in the lab there, Jeremiah?
Well,
Fire lab.
you see, the problem is the boss doesn't let me go deeper. He actually has some arcane runes in his room, which is always off limits, mind you. And so, Kai, you actually recall that you were in there, and only he knows how to use those bad boys. But I do know that if you flood the lava room, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm not positive, but if you flood it, like, you're able to solidify the lava, and you can finally, you know, go further. However, if I do that, well, I have to clean up. And that's not fun, bro.
Well, let's get watery.
That sounds like our next objective here.
And so,
Okay.
What can you tell us about the other rooms?
and so another 15 minutes pass, and you all feel these tremors begin to get gradually, like, further, like, it's just more or less like there's some kind of rumbling that seems to accentuate after every 15 or so minutes. So this time you all take damage as debris begins to fall from the ceiling above you.
I wanted to speak to Stickless too before we left. I was just like,
Oh yeah, you can take him with you. They can both go with you if you guys want them to.
yeah, no, but I wanted to like try to get more information out of him. I just want to be like,
Sure.
yeah, Stickless, if you're gonna stick with me and my boys, you gotta be honest with me. Are you holding any information out on us?
What do you mean? Come on, man. I'm telling you everything I know, bro. If you would, just trust me. You know, you ought to take me with you, by the way, because there's a reason why I spit fire. You see, it's really important to his research, okay?
I believe you. I just, just want to make sure everybody else believes you too, you know? I got your back, Stickless, but, these other guys, they're just a little bit sketchy, they're a little bit distrustful of you.
Hey, man, us stickies gotta stick together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you know what, Laszlo? We should make a treaty. And he sticks out a little splinter to shake your hand.
I'll turn to Alonso and I'll just say, "This is getting kind of creepy."
I'm telling you, man, watch out.
I tentatively
I
like
don't
shake
think
his
I
hand,
trust
but I like put my hand behind my back so he can't see what my fingers are doing.
Yeah, he can't really see it. He actually tries to crane his neck, and you hear a splintering sound, and he has to crack it
No,
back.
I try to make it look like natural, like I'm scratching my butt or something.
Even if he wanted to, yeah, you couldn't see whatever was happening. But you all make your way after another 5-10 minutes, and you finally cross through this threshold. But the problem is that if you cross through it, it seems as though that you're now immersed in water. It seems as though the water actually is in this entire room, and it's very difficult to see. So who would like to enter into the room?
Am I able to breathe when I go into it?
No, it is water.
Oh, right, shit. Not magic water. Okay.
Yeah, so Alonso, you being the first one to cross through the threshold, and you're like, oh, I can't breathe. You try to cross back through, and you notice your water skin actually is stuck inside. It kind of like peels off of your person. So your water skin is currently inside of the water room.
Water skin?
If you have one, which as an adventurer you probably do.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Kai's in the room.
Yeah, Kai, without question, dives straight through. It's it's very difficult to see, however. What's up, Bruce?
Can I grab his water skin?
Yeah, Kai actually drained his entire water skin. However, you do see Alonso's currently floating there. And as you grab it, you can tell that the skin itself isn't exactly stuck. It's the water inside of it.
Oh, okay. Can I pull it like ass end out so that the nozzle is like draining as I pull it?
Yeah, you pop the cork and it essentially like whirlpools out of it as you pull the entire water skin out.
I'll throw it to Alonso.
It just splats on him.
How'd you get that out of there?
It wasn't the water, Skinner. It was the water inside. I'm very smart.
And so, for Kai's reference, there is a very dim light emanating from the very top of this chamber that kind of like illuminates only the 20 feet around it. You can see that the room itself is, well, about 80 feet in diameter, so from top to bottom. And there seems to be like the center platform that you're on is roughly like above the middle. So let's just say there's 30 feet above you and you could peer over the side, you being able to breathe water, zero problems. You kind of look over and you see directly beneath, about 50 feet down below. It's very dark, but you can see the shadow of a couple objects. You also notice that there are crevices that kind of like continue along the entire side of the wall here. And so from what you're looking at, this visual that you're given, Kai, is there anything that you'd like to do?
Well, first I want to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. So yeah, you're in this room and you're looking around and you're like, oh man, this might get a little hairy. And you tap your chest a couple times, bringing out the healing. I'll give it to you. 6.
Okay. I'm gonna go inspect the pedestal down at the bottom.
Okay. And so you kick your feet and you go into this dolphin swim. And so you begin to soar down to the bottom. So go ahead and make a perception check. And this is with disadvantage because there's no light around you and you do not have dark vision. Do one more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, just looking about, there's several things that seem to be along the bottom of this watery floor. However, whatever is directly in the middle, well, it seems to be some kind of, I don't know, vessel? Maybe there's something inside of it? Or, yeah, it's very teeny tiny. There's also something directly in the center. You can see there's grooves that all lead to the center. And this looks to be some kind of plug.
Okay. I want to take the thing. Just see what happens.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check. It's athletics specifically.
Okay.
And so you give it a good heave-ho, and you feel as though that there's some kind of like, I don't know, tension of sorts. It's as though every time you try to pull at it, it's ever so slightly kept in place, maybe by magical means, but also, well, you just didn't give it enough force at least. You could probably try again, or you can look about the room. Is anyone else doing anything?
So he just dove into complete darkness. From what we saw.
Yeah, there's this membrane, this veil of water, and he essentially dove straight through it, and he began to swim as though he was having a play date with the water that he missed ever so much. You know that he's a water genasi, and this is probably his favorite thing to do, and he hasn't been able to do it. And so you all kind of like give him a minute, like, you know, yeah, he probably, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he needed that. And so now you're getting worried because he hasn't come back.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticky, is there any hints you could give us about this room and what might be down there?
There's a couple things down there. However, I haven't seen it in maybe a century. I'm not really allowed in that room. You know, I'm wood and I don't want to get wet. And I breathe fire. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, I knew that part.
Glad you asked.
Kai pushing past his natural apprehension, Salvatore pushing past his natural apprehension to go to water, just sticks his face in there and tries to see what he can see. And
Make a perception check with disadvantage as you're blinking your eyes inside. Your fur is beginning to just get a little so drenched and it's distracting you. The only light that you can see as you peer into this room happens from this well, it looks like a wand or some kind of entity at the top here that just creates this very dim illusion around it.
Perception is control with disadvantage is control.
Control. Yep.
Okay. The next thing I want to do is swim up to the.
No fucking way.
light source.
From what you could tell with your cat-like senses is that while there is a wand up here, there appears to be just places to insert objects along this wall here. And that there appears to be some kind of like flow of not just Kai, but another entity in this room.
Underwater, can Salvatore signal Kai in any way?
How would Salvatore signal Kai in any way?
Let me just look at my inventory. I guess I'll just I'll take my rapier out and I'll just like tap it on the ground. Ting 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 ting.
Okay. Kai, make a perception check with disadvantage. Although you are a little bit more attuned to the water and just like the senses that are going around you,
Water
you do feel
sound actually travels farther underwater.
That's fair. All right. Still, this
Make a good
perception.
point.
So you look about and you do hear this ding, 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 just kind of like vibrate and reverberate around the room. But you also get the semblance that you're definitely not alone. And you could tell that your friend has kind of like announced this presence. But as you're akin to water, you don't feel this as much as, well, your party might. But where you're standing right now, there seems to be a pressure of sorts. And it's as though every 10 feet, as you had delved deeper into this pool, it seemed to get a little bit more heavy and heavier. And while you wouldn't take as much damage as they did, you do take 1d4 bludgeoning damage as the depth begins to surge through your core.
Ooh.
That hurts.
Oops.
Can I go in?
Okay.
Wrong
I'm
way.
gonna make my way back. I'm gonna make my way back to my friends, having realized I got really excited and just dove headfirst into an unknown
Yep.
situation.
And so
I looked at Jeremy.
just one last thing before Kai leaves this. Kai, you understand that you're the best person for this particular job as you look back at this plug. You understand that your body is a little bit more accustomed to this type of environment, the deepest of the ocean. But if one of your friends were to do the same thing that you just tried, to pulling this plug, they would take 3 times as much damage from the pressure.
Okay, good to know.
But you come back to Salvatore, who is like furiously...
Yeah. And then I motion for him to head back out, and then I start heading towards the exit.
I'll
Okay.
offer my hands.
Yeah, you reach through and you pull Salvatore, and you're unable to bring him completely out because Salvatore's water skin is stuck.
I'll motion to like pull the plug out and turn it
Salvatore
around.
saw the whole thing last time.
Okay.
And he lets the water skin out and gets out.
Yeah, he brings out a little claw and he chink, pulls it out and he just pops the cork and he lets it drain out. It kind of siphons through. And yeah, as you cross through this membrane, Salvatore, you feel all the water remove itself from your fur. It's as though you've never even entered. And so you come out completely dry.
He instinctively shakes, but he realizes he doesn't need to.
You have any potions of water breathing there, Jeremiah?
No need to ask him. Despite the fact that I was so excited about swimming, I do think that I could use your help in there. So I'm going to cast water breathing on my party.
Okay.
All right then.
And then what did Laszlo want?
What the wand was that outside the water?
The wand. And would you like to enter, Laszlo? Because Salvatore can tell you, unless you enter in.
I mean, I'm out here. I don't want to enter the water. I just want to be. I'm on the outskirts, I guess, watching the whole thing.
Yeah,
I just wanna, is
you
the wand
probably
outside?
stuck maybe your face inside just to look up. And yeah, it appears the very tip of the wand seems to be emanating this glow. But
So
yeah,
that's in the water.
it is in the water. It's at the top. It's literally at the very top of this cylindrical type room. So there's a ledge and then there's a giant cylinder like area.
And Salvatore elaborates to
dive
the rest
in.
of the party that there's several slots for things to go into. So look for various puzzle pieces to insert into slots.
Yeah. And because Salvatore basically told you all about it, I'll let you all get a look at this room. And yeah, Kai was in it too.
Oh wow, this feels weird.
Yeah, this is completely underwater, mind you.
Is this supposed to be ice kind of swirling around, or just is that to give it a sense of depth?
It's just some sense of depth.
Okay. Just checking.
Can we communicate down here? If we can breathe water?
Kai can. You know what? If you have the spell cast on you of water breathing, yeah, I'll let you talk to each other.
Okay.
I can understand your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai's inquisitive, but he
I'll-
can piece it together.
I'll look for any sort of like the closest rune-looking thing, or a decorative piece of stone, or just things like that.
If we're all got water breathing now too, I'd like to examine the wand. Like after seeing Stickless, I want to know. I have, I guess, theories that this wand might be something similar, so I want to kind of like examine it.
Okay. Do you swim up to it? You can see it. It's giving off a dim light. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, though. Yeah, this appears to be a magic item, mind you, that while you wouldn't have to attune to it in order to use it, it's usable for a lot of alchemical, more so arcane research. Like you would point it and it would illuminate underwater, or you can point it and it would shoot out like a very small burst of cold of water.
Wait, of what of water? Cold of water, you said?
More or less, like it'll, like on command, like you can point and shoot like a squirt gun, pretty much.
Okay. But no vibes that I can talk and walk and all that shit.
No, it does not look like a magical entity. No, it's more like an item that would be used in arcane research.
Okay.
Where's Stickless?
Sickless is currently in Laszlo's bag of holding.
Gotcha.
You know what, guys? I think we could maybe use that wand in the magma room.
To do.
Grab it.
Perhaps. What do we want? What do we think we need to affix into the empty spots here?
That's a good question.
This potion of Hill Giant is not supposed to be in my inventory, correct?
Probably not.
I was about to say, hey, Kai could use this for real, but I don't think that's mine. I have the invisibility question.
I'll delete it, I guess.
Do I still have a elixir?
Yeah, it should be in your inventory. I think you have swiftness.
Knowing that Laszlo likes to touch shafts and things like that, I gesture for Laszlo to go over and grab the wand.
What? What do you want me to do about it?
You like doing this stuff. Go touch it.
Yeah, last time a bunch of serpents came out. I'm not going to touch this one again.
And we saved you. Remember?
I go touch it.
Oh.
Yeah, you swim up to it, and it appears to be just a wand of sorts. And as you grasp it, the light turns off.
Oh.
Unless you put it back. You put it back?
Probably not. No, actually.
Okay, so you keep it in your inventory then. So this wand appears to have the same similar effect as the symbols you picked up earlier, where it's used in some type of research in dealing with elementals. This one appears to have like that countermeasure for dealing with fire elementals.
All right, I think Kai, you should take this. This seems like right up your alley, buddy.
Yeah, I'll hang on to that. I'm happy to see what we can make work with this.
Did I find any like relic-y looking things?
Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage. You all are now swimming in darkness, by the way.
Oh shit.
Can I try to reactivate the light?
Yeah, you could place it back where it was for sure, and you have no
Okay.
problem swimming up there.
Oops,
Let's
sorry.
see.
Disadvantage. 15.
Yeah, and so one thing you all note is that the water itself feels lighter the higher you go. But the second you dip your head or any part of your body down off of this ledge that you're all kind of like floating upon, just kind of like casually talking, you note that it gets very drastically heavier on your body.
Hmm.
But above you, it seems to be okay.
Okay. Am I able to cast guidance on myself?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. I'd like to cast guidance on myself and then try to pull the plug again.
Okay. And so as you sink down below, you take 1d4 damage after your first pull, but go ahead and make your athletics check.
And I'd like to signal to Alonso to be up by the light just in case, so he can keep a lookout.
All right.
Salvatore pulls out his rope as well, and he starts to let his rope out down towards the plug.
Oh, okay. It begins to float above you, as that's how water works. But
I thought it would be more pressure, and it would pull it down because of the lower it gets.
well, you're kind of like trying to push it down, and it's not exactly pulling it. It's more or less kind of like floating about. It's more or less like a pressure, like a depth, like a.
I tie it to my crowbar then, and I.
Okay, yeah. In that case, yes, it will definitely float to the bottom, and the crowbar would be definitely easier to grab. But Kai, you notice that as you're pulling this plug, and it actually finally gives way, that small object you saw earlier seems to be some kind of lamp, and it just kind of like it's floating, and then as you pull the plug, it immediately slams into the ground and points in your direction, as though. Why would you do this? And then the water begins to swirl and swirl and swirl, and it's as though it's beginning to push itself up and outward, and all of you currently inside of this room are being flushed directly out the way you came.
I was about to say I was
Out
gonna
the door.
grab onto something.
Out
Yep.
the door.
Out the door.
Alonso,
So go ahead
grab the
and-
wand.
All right, everyone now must make a dexterity check.
Whew.
Or you can make an athletics check, your choice. A dexterity save, sorry.
Dexterity save it is.
Let's
Oh
save
my
for
God.
athletics. Oh,
So the water itself, and this is for Kai's reference, you aren't pushed and pulled out, and you can grasp the crowbar should you choose, but it's as though this level where you all were kind of floating, that's what's getting pushed out, and the wand itself actually falls, landing on this new pool that is currently only the top 30 feet of this room. So as previously mentioned, so this platform is roughly at the 30-foot marker. Above you is 30 feet of space now, so it's an open room, and then below you is 50 feet of pooled water that seems to have that depth-like pressure. However, all of you are washed out into the room, and you start to fall down some stairs. Bruce, you catch yourself on one of the stairs. Alonso, you are kind of like tumbled a stair or two. Laszlo, you tumble more than 2 stairs, and then Salvatore, you also tumble a stair or 2. So, let's see. Kai, you take 1 damage from the depth pressure. Laszlo, you take 4 damage.
Oh man. 4
And then
damage?
both
Bad.
Salvatore and Alonso take 3 damage.
Was that already applied automatically? Yeah.
No. I got you.
Wait, I didn't take
Laszlo's the
16
game master now.
damage.
You got crit by that fire snake earlier.
Yeah, it was 13 damage.
Okay. Somewhere along the lines, I think you took damage maybe earlier in the last session or two. We didn't take a long rest, mind you, because you all are kind of on a time crunch. But yeah, and then I'll add the damage to Laszlo or Alonso and Salvatore.
Oh, I added mine already.
Okay. Minus. And then yeah, Kai,
Yeah,
you only took 1.
Do you usually do the damage, or would you like us to do it?
So far I've been doing it majority of the time, so I don't mind handling it unless you guys want to independently do it. Either way, like I don't mind because I'm already doing it for monsters. So
okay, I don't mind.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do it just for like bookkeeping. Yeah, right. I'll do it for bookkeeping though. By the way, this wand kind of like clatters into this hallway, by the way. So anybody who wants it can pick it up. And yeah, the room itself, like at least the lava room, you notice that the water begins to pour down these stairs as you all had, and it immediately drenches these pools of lava, and all of them seem to extinguish, including the illusionary pool from earlier.
Nice, Kai. Good stuff.
Right, exactly what I meant to do.
Did I do that?
All according to plan.
But there does seem to be a creature that begins to pour out of this lamp as you're all yelling at Kai, kind of like in the water, and Kai is able to use his voice to like yell back, but this creature begins to circulate around the lamp, and then it immediately lashes out at you, Kai. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
I thought it got flushed out.
Not
Yeah,
good.
where
Oh
are
no.
you?
The platform, just to reiterate, you all were kind of like resting in the water on this platform. And so you notice above you there's 30 feet and below you there's 50 feet. The 50 feet is the depth level. And so everything above that platform that you're currently on flushed out. So basically the top 30 feet flushed out. There's still the pool 50 feet below.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so is Kai the only one in combat?
You all, well, everybody make a perception check. Because you all
I
kind of
thought
like
you
came
were
back into the room to look down below. It's
thought you
very
were
difficult to
very
see in that water.
Yeah.
I might have.
there's-
See.
Wait, what was perception?
Yep. This is just to note if there's, some harm, some foul, But yeah, all of you understand that something's afoot as Kai doesn't immediately surface. Laszlo, you're kind of have to nudge it a bit. Like, come on, be worried. But yeah, combat has started. Salvatore, go ahead and roll your initiative as well. But Bruce, you have the first action.
Yeah, I will swan dive into the water.
Okay. And so you leap in, and you can't really see too many feet in front of you, maybe like 10 or so feet, but you saw where that plug was, at least by Kai's kind of like recollection of it. And so you begin to swim and swim and swim. What is your swim speed? I believe it's like half your movement.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a swim speed, but I think it's just like difficult terrain then or something.
Huh.
I think it defaults to half your movement. And
Yeah, it's
unless you
half.
have a swim speed.
I did not mean to roll that.
Let's go.
Each foot costs 1 extra feet, and then 2 in difficult terrain. So it could be 3.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just half.
Yeah, so you'll leap down below. And so, yeah, your first initial leap, like you're trying to go as central as possible. So that's, a good running jump, not a problem. And then it's 50 feet below at the very bottom where Kai had pulled up that cork. And so right now, Kai is looking face in face with an elemental as it's swirling about, ready to lash out at him. But you're able to get, well, about 20 feet below. So you begin to see these shadows. All right, Alonso.
With that perception check, we'll be able to see the enemy underwater.
Oh no, that was to understand that Kai didn't resurface immediately, so he might be in trouble. And yeah, you're currently looking in a dark pool of water. The only light was extinguished as all of the water immediately swirled out and through the this pathway here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just dive in then, I guess, just knowing that, and pull my hammer out. So it takes 15 to get to the water, and then I'll only have 5 left after that. So I'm 5 feet down.
And so Kai and anyone proficient with Arcana, go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Okay.
And so Kai, you get to make one because this is after you pulled the plug, so to speak. Yeah, so Kai, you don't quite understand what happened. Like when you look at a plug and pulling it, like that's supposed to, make water go down. But Laszlo, you understand from where you are currently standing that whatever Kai did underwater, that removed that barrier, that membrane that kept water inside of this room. All right, so this elemental is going to immediately lash out at you, Kai, and it's going to try and constrict you. It's a 20 to hit for 10 bludgeoning damage. And the strangest thing is that while you can see it, you can tell that it has like this weird veil about it that makes it invisible in a way. And so you feel it constrict you. And as it does so, your friends begin to swim towards you, desperate to see that you're okay, and that you're currently being coiled up as though you're in a snake's grasp. Laszlo, your turn.
This is
Alright,
actually
I'm gonna
scary.
walk up here. And I'm still outside the water, right?
Yes.
Okay. I guess. Can I shoot into water? Like, does that still work?
Yes, but you do not see anything there. You don't even see the shadows of your friends who had jumped in. First thing that comes to your mind is like providing light perhaps might help your friends.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's technically magic, so I guess this would work. I'll try casting Flaming Sphere into the water so that there's a source of light.
Okay. Make an Arcana check before you do.
Okay.
Who currently
So,
is
yeah,
the Wanderer now?
Yeah, your first thought is like, hey, fire in water? This is 50-50.
Magic fire. I mean, there's no other way I could provide light, so I'll try it, see what happens. I'll get my little contraption out, my little metallic flaming sphere, and throw it into the water, see what happens.
And so as you toss this sphere, you essentially like guide it just to where your friends you imagine they were. You send it directly underwater, and as soon as it touches the water, it begins to extinguish. However, you're still maintaining concentration, and you understand that should it come back out of the water, it will immediately burst back into flames.
All right, well then can I just move it just above the water, see if that helps illuminate anything?
So you start guiding it along the water surface, and from what you understand with Kai's reference point, that this is currently a 50-foot pool, and so your firelight might be illuminating 20 feet at best. And so you begin to see Bruce and Alonso swimming even faster down beneath, trying to catch up to Kai.
Alrighty, I guess that's my turn.
Okay. All right, Kai, you are currently... What's up?
May I dash? I apologize. I forgot that for my action, may I dash further underwater?
Yeah, sure. Bruce, would you also like to dash? I guess that is an option. I don't think you had an action, and I might have skipped. You look like you wanted to do more, too.
Yeah. I just would have been heading into search. So yeah, I'll dash as well.
So that means you're both, if you're half movement, so for Alonso, that's half of 25, so 12.5. So now a full 25 feet underwater, so you're halfway to the bottom. And then Bruce, your half was 20 feet, So yeah, you're a full 40 feet down. You begin to see the shadows of where Kai and the this elemental seem to be kind of like duking it out. However, Bruce, you don't see a creature. You just see that Kai is currently being constricted. And so Kai, it is now your turn as you look at Bruce now coming to your rescue. Like a lifeguard from Baywatch.
I'm gonna say it has me constricted. I'm turning into a shark.
Okay, very cool.
As a warning, so that they don't start attacking the shark that they're about to see in the water.
Yeah, good play.
We just start punching the shark.
You just start attacking the shark.
And then I think that takes my entire action. Yeah.
Okay. He was currently like grappling and restraining you, and as your shape shifts, it's as though you loosen that grip on you, and you're able to basically get out of that grasp, and you can circle around him should you choose. I believe it's a
Oh god, a shark ate guy!
Oh, it's an action.
You guys have seen me shift into animals before, and I'm hoping that
I mean, you always look like your animals always kind of look like you, right?
Okay, Kai, does your shark have a luscious green mane like your human form?
like a lion mane. It can.
It's like a mer shark. I don't know.
Maybe
It's
like
a
the
mohawk,
fin.
like a mohawk, I think.
Or it's like that shark guy, the Russian dude from Harry Potter. Okay. Semantics.
Yeah.
You have your bonus action should you choose to use it, but yeah, you're staring down, and you're the only one that can really see its glimmer, being so accustomed to water. However, those of you that are familiar with elementals, you might have a better chance as well with identifying this creature who seems to be kind of like glimmering and shimmering inside these currents. It's as though it is invisible in water.
Just like the ability set.
Just like its ability.
Just like the ability. I don't think a shark has anything it can do as a bonus action.
No,
I
not
don't
really.
think I had it. Okay.
Okay, so Salvatore,
yeah.
What would you like to do?
Well, I saw the light showing my friends going into the water. Alonso's the one with the wand right now. Where's Laszlo?
It
Alonso
pooled
has-
out. Well, it did pool out into the middle of the hallway, and so those of you that were up and about, basically that got flushed out, one of you could have chosen to pick it up. Alonso picked it up early on, and then he gave it to Kai, who put it back. And so whoever was in that hallway could have, said, "Oh, I pick it up because I saw it."
Okay, well then I would have picked it up and I would place it on the pedestal.
There is no pedestal. It is there was it was floating at the very top of the chamber.
Oh. Okay, so
Which
it
is
is.
now.
All right. Well, then I guess I can't place it back for illumination.
You can it can still be used for illumination, but it was floating at the very top, and right now the only water is beneath you.
I gingerly place the wand at the top of the water.
Okay. And so as you place that water wand, it essentially illuminates most of the area beneath.
Nice.
Okay, and then I use the rope that's currently attached to the crowbar, and I tie it to it, and I sort of pull the crowbar up, and then I use that as an anchor on the shore to keep it at the top where it's at.
Okay. And yeah, for the most part, you can see all of your friends. It doesn't seem to illuminate this creature, this entity that everyone seems to be kind of looking for. But you are able to see all of your friends, your comrades, and you can even see this lamp that appears at the very bottom.
All right, and Salvatore, I don't probably have enough movement to get down there after all that, but I'll jump in with the intention of headed towards the lamp.
Okay. So yeah, you jump in and you begin to swim. Although as a cat, it's not your favorite activity. You roughly make it, 15 feet, and you can go. Do you want to go horizontally, vertically, diagonally?
I'm gonna head straight towards the lamp, so I guess diagonally.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
But yeah, it's directly at the bottom, 50 feet. So you're 50 feet. So you just got made 15 feet towards it. It's still roughly 35 feet away. Yeah, that's right. Bruce, You are 10 feet away from a shark. What do you do?
Does it look like Kai? It has a lion's mane? Is that what we
I
said?
announced I was turning into a shark.
Yeah,
Okay.
his ponytail or his hair.
Yeah, I was close enough. I mean, I'll be 100% honest. I jumped in here because I was like, oh no, Kai will need help. That he needs rescued.
Mhm.
Totally forgetting you could do shit like this. So I guess I'll just ready in action with my shurikens. I'll just wield them like daggers. And then if I see this entity again, I'd like to attack it.
Sure. You do note that this shark-like creature is circling around this individual. So Kai, you can definitely see him being so immersed in water, so to speak. So you could try to attack it. You just have disadvantage, Bruce. Kai would have normal. Yeah, you can attack it in the areas. Basically,
Okay.
Kai's kind of like predatorily circling about it.
Okay.
Nice.
So then I'll...
But yeah, with disadvantage, unfortunately, that'll be a miss.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
do
guess I
s-
didn't need to roll that.
Yeah,
but-
you see a faint glimmer of what appears to be some kind of water elemental. However, you're unable to land a direct hit, and your kunai strike directly into the wall behind where you were throwing them.
Well, I wanted to I didn't want to throw it. I wanted to use it. Like
as a dagger? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you swim closer. You can position yourself wherever, but you are currently at the very bottom of the floor here.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Okie doke. There it goes. Cool. So, Alonso, it is now your turn.
Am I able to see anything yet, like elemental wise?
Go ahead and give me a Arcana check. Yeah, that would be Arcana for sure. No, unfortunately, you can't get a good glimpse of this creature, but you know it's there. It's just any attacks you make will be at disadvantage. And you wouldn't really be able to mark it efficiently until you're able to genuinely focus on it.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep swimming down to where they're kind of looking, and hold my hammer out and actually, yeah, hold my hammer out. I'm just gonna go and try to take some shots out of the hammer with the nails.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he already went. I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
What do you
I thought
mean?
he finished his turn already. I thought Bruce finished his turn already.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw the unarmed strike. I thought that was a.
Oh,
but-
no.
You're attacking at disadvantage though, Ramses. Yeah, I guess Bruce.
Oh. So
Yeah, you didn't really get a good hit. So yeah, that first is definitely a hit. So, I mean, out of the two, I guess you can't really take the lower of the two. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You do 12 points of damage. However, the fire damage doesn't really seem to have any effect whatsoever.
Okay, second attack.
Also, as a reminder, everybody, do not forget to use the target function so we have some cool ass visuals.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 14 does hit, and unfortunately, your fiery strikes just don't hit as true as you imagined. It doesn't even look like
Right.
your hammer ignites or the nails ignite in their
Okay,
direct
so
contact.
at the end of my turn, then I'll put my hammer away and go start drawing my bow.
Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, you'll stow your hammer, and next turn you'll be able to immediately fire off your bow. So this creature, looking at Bruce, who has just tried to stab at it, is going to try and constrict you. And I notice because it's invisible, it has advantage.
Fuck.
That's 20 to hit,
Oh, yeah.
as you are currently grappled and restrained.
Is it basically just like a water tentacle?
Yeah, basically this invisible current kind of swirls around you in a whirlpool-like state, and it immediately constricts your entire body, and you feel it try to drown you in a way, but you can currently breathe underwater. It looks as though you let out this last, lung full of air, and then you realize you could breathe underwater. But that's its turn. Laszlo, what would you like to do?
Okay, I still can't see shit.
You can now see your entire party because of the light that Salvatore placed. However, yeah, your ball of flame, you are concentrating and you know exactly where it is. However, it's not on fire. It's not working.
Oh, it's out of the water.
Okay, so yeah, it's immediately above the water. Yes, and it is creating a nice glowy sphere of light above the water. Yep.
Oh, and the lamp's at the bottom, you said?
The magic lamp that you can now all see, it kind of like glimmers in this fine blue light that the wand creates. You can all see it, yeah.
I'll attack it with my crossbow.
You want to attack the lamp?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you line up a shot and you let loose. Ding! It bounces off of this lamp. You can tell that this is a sound magical item. And go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Salvatore turns around and he's like, what the fuck, dude?
You get the feeling that whatever creature they're fighting right now is not from the lamp. It didn't come out from inside of it. It seemed to have been kind of guarding it in a way. And so you get the feeling that you are now the target of whatever creature is down below fighting your friends. You just get this sixth sense feeling ooh, shouldn't have done that.
I back up. And then I put the ball, I put the flaming sphere right above the surface, right where you would have to come out.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kai, Shark Boy, what do you want to do?
Can I attempt to bite it without biting Bruce?
Yeah. You get an idea of this creature's form itself, and you have a good glimpse of it beforehand. You as a druid, especially of the water, you can completely see it without any hindrance.
Okay, I'm gonna bite it. I don't know how to roll for that. Oh, I think I did it. No,
That is a miss, unfortunately.
they both miss.
Oh, okay, yeah, and he has multi-tag, huh?
Yeah, I just missed.
Yep, no go.
I'm going to end my turn. I don't think I can do anything else as a shark currently.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, you're predatorily circling around, trying to maybe even bite it where he's confining Bruce, trying to save him in a way. But yeah, that's your turn. Salvatore, what would you like to do?
I will continue towards the lamp.
Okay. Yeah, you can, if you dash or use your feline agility, you could probably make it.
Okay. I'll use feline agility. Get to the lamp, and then knowing what Salvatore knows about lamps, he rubs it.
Let's see. So doing the math, you're swimming diagonally, it's 50 feet. You would probably have to dash and feline agility. Yeah, so it's half and then doubled. So it's only 30 feet. So you're 5 feet away, and you're so anxious to rub it. But you can get closer, or you can just kind of perceive, get a better idea of what this thing is. But you would have to use your action and feline agility to get to the lamp.
So okay, so this is I don't have a swimming speed. I got you.
Yeah, your swimming speed is basically half of your walking speed. And so that's 15 feet. And so both dash and feline agility double that. So you would have to use both in order to make it that final 35 feet. So you're just out of range.
Okay. Well, I'll do that. And then, am I able to drink potions underwater?
Drinking a potion does cost an action. However,
okay.
I will let you go ahead and rub the lamp because that's just an object interaction. So as long as you're dashing and feline agility, you can rub the lamp.
Okay, I'll rub the lamp.
Nothing happens.
Damn, all the stories are bullshit. All right, and I guess that's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make a Arcana or Investigation check, Salvatore.
Okay, I'm better at Neither. So I'll investigate the lamp. Why not? Flavor.
Yeah, there you go. So as you rub at the lamp, you note that there's some kind of binding on whatever creature is trapped inside, because you can definitely tell that there's something inside this lamp. And you've heard those tales, you know that genies are inside lamps. But it appears as though being in the water, where it's currently, found, that it cannot come out.
Okay.
So that's what you glean. But Bruce, it is now your turn.
All right. Could I try to escape this grapple?
Sure. That'll be a contested athletics or acrobatics from you. Your choice.
Actually, what am I better at? Oh, really? I'm better at acrobatics.
Oh, shit. Come on,
Get
20.
off of me.
Oh, close. So, yeah, you're able to squirm out, no problem. That was your action. What would you like to do next?
What fun bonus actions do I have? Let's honestly, all my stuff is, I really don't want to spend a key point if I don't have to. So I will one unarmed strike as a bonus. Or wait, or do I have to do that? Do I have to take an attack action first?
I believe you do have to take the attack action.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's it, because I need to stay close to it. But yeah, I've escaped.
All right, sounds good. Also, because we house ruled it, if I recall correctly, as long as you're in dim light or darkness, you can hide right now if you choose.
Oh, but that's an action.
Yeah, but this is cunning action homebrew. So because you're Batman, this was
okay,
from yeah, that was from you doing the downtime.
Oh, okay. I will hide.
Well, stealth check. We'll see if you can hide. Nope. Whoa, you have a high stealth. Holy shit.
Yeah, dog, I'm Batman.
Yeah, dog, I'm Batman. Let's see. I think his perception's kind of low, actually. Yeah, you essentially swim behind Shark Kai, and Shark Kai kind of like takes the defensive in a way. So you are kind of using this shark as your hiding opportunity. But then Kai gets the impression that you've kind of like found a crevice as he's been circling, and you've been silhouetted by Kai, and all of a sudden you're hiding among these rocks here, and this creature doesn't know you're there.
Sick.
Alonso, what would you like to do?
Oh, all right. I mean, seeing the pretty much all whale on this, and like Salvatore is rubbing one off in the corner, I'm going to bonus action on the elemental hunter's mark.
You
Actually,
do not quite see it yet. If you make an Arcana check, you can try and like gleam its exact location, and maybe you can pinpoint where its position might be to get that accurate hunter's mark.
So it's still kind of invisible right now. Okay.
Yes, it is always invisible.
All right, I'm gonna head straight for it then. I'm not even gonna try to hunter's mark it. I'm just gonna try to I'll try to Arcana and see if I can see it, but instead of potentially wasting a spell slot, I'm gonna use my planar warrior instead.
Yeah, you can't quite get a good idea of where it is, but you can swing with disadvantage, no problem.
Yep, I'm just gonna swing the hammer in the air. Or in the water. I should be able to reach it by now, right? Like I can swim down to it.
Yeah, you mentioned you stowed away your hammer last turn, so I'm guessing you're pulling it back out.
I did. I mean,
then,
it's free action to pull it back out. Yeah, I reach for my bow, and I'm like, wait a second, and then I'd go and reach for my hammer, and because just for the sake of it.
Yeah, and you're keeping it small, or are you extending it as a bonus?
I guess I'll keep it small because I'm gonna either way. I have a throw or melee is disadvantage, so I'm just gonna keep it small and throw it.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to hit 2.
No worries.
Does a 15 hit?
You're in melee, right?
Well, so I was saying I was gonna throw it instead, so I would get in within 10 feet of it.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So as long as you're throwing it, boom, yeah, 15 hits. It is disadvantage, so you do need to roll again.
And I keep missing the wrong freaking key.
A 30 is your crit. That's funny. But yeah, your 10 damage. However, as you strike into it, throwing it, and your hammer bounces back, definitely hitting something swimming in the air. You notice that the fire just doesn't combust underneath
That's
this
right.
water.
That's why I took my bow out. Oh well, that's all right. I'll keep my hammer. I'll keep going.
Yep. So go ahead and hold control and do it again. There you go. Yeah, still hits. Yeah, for half damage, as you fling with one of these nails, you pierce it, and you see it sink into this creature, and it falls slowly to the floor. Just a quick shimmer where the entity once was, and it's still circling about, this time about to lash out at this shark here. Anything else you'd like to do?
I ain't really got much else. Nope, that's it.
All right, so the creature is going to try and constrict you, Kai. However, it doesn't get advantage because you could see it coming. Doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Shit.
I don't think you're a shark anymore.
How much? Oh, yeah, I'm not a shark anymore.
Ooh.
Does the
Dang,
damage
how much
roll over?
over? It does.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it rolls over.
It
Let
does.
me read up on wild shape real quick.
Yeah, fun facts.
It makes a big difference.
God damn.
Oh yeah, it does.
It does carry over.
Mhm.
Dang. So I had 22 hit points as a shark, so 13 carried over. So I have 2 hit points left.
Oh my god.
Yep, and you are currently being grappled and restrained as well.
Oh,
Whoops.
Oh, it's fine. You can
Yeah,
do
that
that.
sucks.
And so yeah,
I
he's
like says, "Oh, I was getting grappled and like killed."
These things hit.
well, hey,
things
it's
do not
okay.
go well when I turn into an aquatic creature.
All right, Laszlo, it's your go.
Okay, so I just saw Kai get like popped out of shark form, right?
Yeah, you can see underneath the water because of this this wand illuminating everything beneath.
All right, I will. For one, I'm gonna drop my concentration on the flaming thing.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast healing word on Kai. If I can find it.
Nice.
And then, good to know that my one's a 7. I guess I'll try to take aim at this thing that I can't see that's hurting my friends.
Crossbow in hand, you basically pointed at Kai just for a split second, and instead of actually shooting a bolt at him, you're like, "Oh, don't pull the trigger here!" Boink, and you send out a beam of healing energy at him, and he gets it straight in the gut. However, your actual bolt, you aim back at where you imagine this creature to be, because everybody's firing away at something, but as you blink, nothing seems to be impacted, and it sinks down into the bottom floor there.
Alrighty, that's my turn.
Kai, you're currently being grappled, restrained. What do you do?
Oh man, is everybody in the water at this point?
I'm not. I'm the only one that's not.
I'm going to. How far away is the ledge from where I am underwater?
You are currently 50 feet. You're at the very bottom, all of you. And so 50 feet up.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to try to resist my way out of this grapple.
All right, so you're going to fight the power.
I'm going to fight the power.
All right. Athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Unfortunately, he keeps you restrained.
I'm going to bonus action waterlog my staff if I can do that.
Yes, you can.
And then that's my turn.
All right, Salvatore, you see your friend being squirmed underneath the water. Go ahead and make an Arcana check because you're accustomed to fighting elementals. Maybe you can pinpoint its location. Unfortunately, you can't quite see it, but you do notice that Kai is currently being restrained. So you could try and free him with part of your action, or you can just start stabbing away at this entity.
Well, Salvatore looks at the treasure, and he looks towards Kai. And he drops the treasure and starts heading towards his friend to free him. And I can make it there.
Yeah, you can make it.
And
you're on the seafloor.
Yeah, and I'll attempt to release him. How would I even go about trying to? Is Kai like grabbing at some sort of spot trying to get released that I could see that that's where I should grab to?
Yeah, he's probably like gesturing. Kai, go ahead and make a persuasion check as you're using body language with your upper, bust to try and like, yeah. So you get an idea of where you're supposed to cut, Salvatore.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and I'll make a rapier attack on that spot.
Yep. So control for disadvantage. You are currently using the wrong weapon, sir. I fixed your old one.
Oh, I'm using the one on my hotbar. So I guess
that's interesting. Yeah, drag and drop the new one. I basically fixed it for you.
Okay. There we go. I liked those rolls though.
Yeah, you can keep the rolls. So yeah, 20 hits for 8 piercing damage, and you realize a little too late that you don't have a right active at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, right or not, I'll go ahead and I'll hit it again.
Yes. And so that first strike did free Kai, though.
Nice.
15 does still hit. This creature, you're able to gleam where its position might be. And yeah, you sink your rapier directly into this dirty elemental.
And I think that's all I can do.
Okay. We're back to Bruce. Bruce, you're behind the bushes.
All right. I will kick my feet off of the rock, and I want to like full on javelin in with my daggers. Like,
yeah, and because you're hidden, you have advantage, nullifying the invisibility. So go ahead and give us a 1-2 punch.
All right. God damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you like push yourself off of the wall, dagger outreach, you basically torpedo through the water, just flying straight through it.
Damn it. All right, what I will do... Oh, no, that's an action. Fuck. I thought that was a bonus action. Never mind.
You can kick it if you
again.
choose. Oh, you want to hide again?
What?
Okay. You can kick it if you choose for your unarmed strike.
Well, I was gonna try to quicken healing, but I forgot that's not a bonus action. But
we're hiding.
No, I'll hide again. I'll hide.
Okay. Give us a stealth check.
Oh, sorry. There it is.
You think you're pretty hidden as you jut behind the rocks. You see Kai is kind of like coughing up blood in the water, and it's slowly rising to the top.
Oof.
Just
All
like
right,
evil. All right, Alonso, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna bonus action draw it out to full length, so it'll be it's a warhammer, right? Is that right? No.
Yep, it'll turn into a warhammer +1.
Sick.
Cool. So that's I'm gonna swing two-handed with it. So that's a D10, I think.
Yep.
Disadvantage though, right? Because I cannot see it.
You cannot see it, no sir. Unless you want to do an Arcana check, because you are accustomed to fighting elementals. So as long as you succeed on this Arcana check, it's normal. However, no go, so just give us that disadvantage strike.
So that's actually less than that because it's not ranged. So.
Yep. So -3. Yeah. Unfortunately, not.
-2.
Or -2. Still no go, sir.
Oh, yeah. I know.
You have one more strike. Yeah, that's a hit.
13? Cool.
Yeah. All
All right, and then that'll be it.
right, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still half fire damage, which kind of sucks in this specific situation.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I thought it
yeah, I'm
was-
gonna reread it. Okay, so with the Warhammer, it's actually your choice. So obviously, in this situation, you wouldn't be doing fire damage with the Warhammer. So that's another benefit of keeping it as a Warhammer.
yeah.
So yeah, you deal the full damage there. Also, there should be a versatile button for it. Just for future reference, if you click Alt when you use Ramsey's Runehammer, it'll roll the versatile damage. So go ahead and try it, and we can use the damage for whatever you roll. So if you hold Alt and click Ramsey's Runehammer. I believe you did Control. But, oh, look, it did it. Cool. So that'll be...
That's fire, though. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. Either way, it's up to you. So you're the one that determines half damage as fire or normal damage. So yeah, 9 points of damage there. Oh, and yeah, we're taking that number. So cool. It's barely alive, although this entity is still swirling in the water. It's going to go for you, Alonso.
Bring it on.
And because you can't see it, it is invisible. It does have advantage. It's going to try and constrict you. Ooh, that looks like a miss.
He got me.
And so you definitely bonk it out of the way just before it hits you. But it is going to stand its ground. It won't move. Laszlo, what would you like to do?
Okay. I think I'm out of spell slots. Oh wait, no, I have one. I'm gonna save it. So I'm just gonna attack with my bow and hope it hits. Okay.
Yeah, that's a hit for 6 bludgeoning damage, and it was literally on its last legs. So Laszlo, lining up where this creature must be, he closes his eyes and he trusts in the power of science and geometry, and he sends it out, and you watch this creature become visible as it sinks in directly to the floor. Combat's over.
Holy shit! I mean, all according to calculations.
All right, and with combat over, this is where we're going to take our break.
Woo! Good job, boys.
That was rough.
It was useless the entire fight. I get the killing
you
blow.
were. You did bad
Same.
again.
Yeah, that worked out.
I can't punch underwater.
It was
I feel
like
like we should have
Alonso
taken
did
that
all the
lightning
damage.
rod.
Laszlo chipped off at the end.
All right, I'll be right back. So Bruce is going to swim over to this crevice here, and immediately you notice that there's a small statue resting just inside.
What does it look like?
Make a religion check. This looks to be the goddess Virgo, whom is, well, the patron deity, the Cosmo Queen herself. But it's just a statue.
Does this look similar to the other slots that are missing things?
You notice just as you're swimming about looking at all these cracks and crevices that this is the only one that has, well, anything inside of it.
But all the other slots look just like this one.
Yes, it's just more or less like a shelf in a way.
Okay. I will do nothing and report what I just saw.
Okay.
Or swim to the
Salvatore-
surface first and like
Mm.
just wade in the water.
Salvatore goes and gets the lamp and follows Bruce.
Okay.
I was gonna say I talked to them, but we're all underwater, so I can't say nothing.
Only
I'd like
Kai
to
can
take a
really
tooth.
understand other people.
I was gonna say I'd like to take a tooth from the elemental if it had teeth.
You look about and you can tell that there's really nothing of value on this creature, as it more or less like whatever was binding it together had dissipated, and what you see now is just like a glimmer, almost like a snake skin in a way, but it's not really like tangible at all.
Okay, I'll surface with everybody else.
Bruce did mention there's a statue on the ledge over there.
Oh yeah.
We should probably look for more of those.
Did we see any statues in any of the other rooms?
Just out of personal like understanding of the fire room, what you came in here to do more or less solve that problem. So it's as though everything you needed to do in this room, you more or less did.
As far as we know.
Statues are just a creepy bonus.
Creepy
Gotcha.
bonus.
There's a
Does anybody want my
diversion
creepy
or
bonus?
I want your creepy bonus.
I'd like to swim out of the water, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to leave the water.
We'll leave. Maybe that was the way to do it without attacking an elemental.
Mhm.
We'll never know. Let's leave.
What's his face doing? Where's he? Jeremiah.
He was outside of the water room itself. He didn't go inside.
He
He's
get blasted with water.
yeah.
Is the
He
one
was kind of.
nearby?
He was actually up where the runes were, and he let you all kind of like enter into the water room. It's like I wouldn't do that, you know. Sensei says I shouldn't be going deeper into his laboratory. So he's
Thanks for the
very
help.
You can size him up, but he doesn't really seem to be useful in a fight. You think Milo would actually be more useful than this guy, and Milo wasn't even that useful.
He had his benefits.
He did have his moments.
Do you know what's beyond the door that was covered by lava?
Well, yeah, there's a corridor, and that just goes to his personal workshop, which I am forbidden, by the way, to go into. So, bro, we're not going there. And you can see that he doesn't also want to be left alone, so he's like following you as you're talking with him. Yeah. There's also a lot of elementals in the pathway, but they're not vicious. I kind of saw a glimpse of the one you guys were fighting. Great job, by the way. Whoa, dude, great. Don't do it again. I mean, you guys are like, you're really stressing yourself here. By the way, an earthquake happens just now, and you all make a dexterity save.
Oh, that's what I took damage from earlier.
Mhm.
I forgot about that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I die.
Oh, that's not.
I
Damn
died.
it.
So this one, you begin to feel the tremors, and it's as though the earth itself is trying to talk to you. And Alonso, you get the impression that it's asking for help. It's as though it's urging you to keep going, like you can do this. But at the same time, you can feel that there's some kind of outside force that is really like causing a stir in the flow, the balance of this area in general. And you can tell that you guys don't have too much time left. However, that there is enough time to, well, recuperate should you need it.
Just enough time for a short rest.
Who needs a short rest?
Guy for sure.
Boy, I need a long rest.
Oh, you took a little more damage than it looked like. It just looked like you were kind of struggling underwater there.
Don't let the fact that thing was invisible fool you. It had a good handle on me there for a bit.
I'll see.
Mm-mm.
I feel like
Alright,
it crushed
that's-
my ribs.
If we should keep an eye out, we should do it. Keep an eye out then.
Jeremiah had a sleepy spot in a lava room.
Well, gentlemen, you guys can sleep in my room, and you, Bruce, you actually recall his one bed with those comic books of like heroes, and then Kai, you also remember the actual like master bedroom was far nicer, but both would be a safe location, away from any like prying elementals. Or you all could just pull up a sleeping mat here, and it wouldn't really be a problem, and that's for long resting in general. However, you do understand that the rooms that these mages use as to sleep in, they seem to be a lot safer in terms of like you wouldn't be affected by a tremor or an earthquake.
Okay.
Let's go back to that. Like, Master bedroom. That sounds nice.
Yeah, that sounds really nice.
Oh, well, we're not really allowed, but okay. You know what? You guys, you're helping, and I think I won't tell. That's it. I just won't tell. Yeah, I won't tell.
I think
We won't tell
Norris
you.
will understand.
All right, which
Okay.
way is that?
Yeah, and so just to fast forward it through it, everybody go ahead and hit your long rest button.
Woo!
And we're going
Are we doing
to,
long?
unless you want to do short only.
I'll do a long.
I mean,
I'll
if
take.
the DM's going to give us a long rest,
I imagine a long rest is more beneficial for what happens next.
Okay.
I
I didn't want to run out of time if we were like, if there's a time
Yeah.
crunch.
Yeah, more or less, this is the
Lucky
last
it's the
long
spell
rest you
slots.
get, by the way. This is
Okay.
this is literally like, in terms of a time crunch, this is the only long rest you can get. And the way I would
I mean-
structure things is like, you get 2 short rests for every long rest, pretty much. So keep that in mind.
Cool.
Good to know.
I mean, the party hasn't had a rest since we got here, right?
We had a short.
Yeah, just 1 short.
Gotcha. Do I have time to meditate on my spells? I think I can do that at every long rest.
Yes, you can. So if you'd
Okay,
like
I'm
to work on that while the rest of the party is now looking inside of this fire room where all the lava had coalesced, you notice that all the pools have solidified and that the doorway that was once shut is now open.
Let's take a peek-see poo.
What did he say?
A peeksy poo.
Oh, you're
I
using
mean,
the land.
let's go take a look. Let's not worry about the
Oh, there's a
the
wall.
vocabulary.
Setting up the next room real quick.
Oh, okay.
There's a special thing mechanic wise that you guys get to understand.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. Not that one. Yes, that one. All right. And so now I'll move all your tokens. So you all find yourselves in this corridor, and instead of lights, you see on pedestals these small elemental creatures that seem to be bound by some kind of arcane magic. And the first thing you notice is those of you that have picked up these magic items that deal some form of damage, such as Stickless, the tiny symbols, or that frigid wand, or
Which I think, of course.
the sap that you have on your weapons. They seem to be radiating in the presence of these small elementals as though they were intended to be used as a test subject. Laszlo, where'd you put your token?
Token hasn't left the water chamber.
Oh, there you are. You're too small.
Smoke.
Maybe bigger.
And so Jeremiah is clutching basically Bruce's cape as you all are navigating an unseen territory for him. Stickless,
I'm a
meanwhile, if he's still in your pack.
I took him out.
Yeah, he's basically ringing like a cell phone. And as you finally pull him out of your magic pack, finally, some fresh air. Jeez, man, what's a stick gotta do to get some fresh air? You know, trees gotta grow, bro.
Shut up, corn dog. What's the
Corn
problem?
dog. I got a toothpick to pick with you, bro. Ooh, look. Oh, you guys want me to practice?
Practice.
Yeah. Go ahead, practice.
Practice. Yeah, well, you see, I shoot fire. And so there's a way to evaporate certain creatures, with my ability. So what I can do, and if you read my special ability, you can aim me at a certain one of these creatures here. They're called methods, by the way.
Hmm.
Methods.
Mm-hmm.
Are they dangerous?
Well, what do these methods do?
Well, just find out. Just point me at the right one, and I'll boom. Or you can command me.
What's the right one?
Well, master, hello. You're the one that's supposed to know these things. Unless, of course, you need my help. You can point me at one and do an Arcana check. I'm very good at those. but I don't want to just give it
Yeah.
away.
Okay, I'll point you at
He said the right one.
well, you
The
are
one to the
fire. I'll
right.
point you at the fire one.
So you point Stickless, and he kind of like Simon Says or hot cold type deal. So you're pointing him at all the elementals, and you can tell that as you point it towards the fire, he's getting like a little less shaky. And then as you point him back towards the left side, you see that as you're pointing him at the water method, he starts to shake a little bit more vigorously. But you go back to the fire one, and just for the sake of science, you send out a little tiny firebolt. It's like literally, imagine like Kai's produce flame, but like a 10th the size. So it's like a little tiny little bullet just comes right out of Stickless's mouth, and it hits the fire method, and it just kind of like squirms in its cage.
Oh,
Nothing
that was
happens.
Kind of brutal.
So that doesn't seem like the right one. So let's point it at this water one that you're shaking at a lot.
And so this time, as you send out a little firebolt, it impacts the water and it immediately evaporates. And so it's extinguished.
Mm.
Where did we get this sap from
Hey.
again?
Kai,
That was from the tree stump.
you should point that water wand at the fire thing.
I would love to if Salvatore wanted to give it to me.
Salvatore currently has it.
Salvatore
Oh.
relinquishes the wand to Kai.
Okay.
I will use Frigid Wand on the fire method.
Yep. And so as you point it at this creature, you notice cold damage streaks from the wand's tip, impacting it, and it freezes solid, the fire all extinguishing, and then it just shatters into pieces. You notice, Kai, that any cold damage would do this same effect. So you having access to cold damage would essentially replicate that. And so Alonso is going to take out his symbols that he picked up from the storm room, and he'll walk over and he'll, because it has a 15-foot cone, he'll get a little bit too close and just clap, clap right in its face, and it immediately shatters into a bunch of pieces, extinguished.
Nice.
I'll try to. Would there be any remnants of that sap still on me, on my
Yep.
knuckles?
It's potassium dicarbonate, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
potassium dichromate. So it's more or less like a salt compound that you rubbed into your knuckles. And so as you go over, do you punch this poor mephit in a cage?
Square in the face.
It's very cute.
Oh, what the fuck?
Did you guys, were you able to mouse over the other ones?
Yeah,
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't
I can see it.
try.
they're all
Yeah,
I
so
felt bad about it.
Yeah, this cute
You're a
creature.
monster.
Yeah. Bruce literally just reaches through the cage and wham! And it literally, there's this crevice where your fist was, and it just it literally evaporates, dissipates. The wind blows away like dust in the wind.
As a man of science myself, I feel no shame for destroying these cute little creatures.
Were they living beings or were they like statues?
They were living creatures, but they're elementals. And they're relatively evil. Like, they seem to be, like, impish in nature. And more or less, and this is for both Salvatore and Bruce's reference, your weapons are salted. And so that is what was the opposite of these air methods.
Gotcha. Yeah, after Laszlo says that, I'll try to hide a single tear rolling down my face, and I'll go,
Yeah. Science.
Science.
Or science.
It's okay, Bruce. I think they were on the
Let's
side
keep
of
a move
chaos.
on. I
more than
think that might have
justice.
done something somewhere, possibly, potentially.
Oh boy.
Maybe.
You know, Master isn't gonna really be happy about this. Jeremiah Osmo, it kind of like rushes over to the pedestals where those methods were, and he's trying to like put them back together. Like he'll specifically go to the earth one. He's like trying to put the piece. Oh geez, man, we're gonna be in trouble. Oh, this is his
Ignore
workshop.
that. don't worry about it.
Who knows if your master's even still around? That's what we're here to help you with.
Yeah, if the master's not around, I outrank you, Jeremiah.
That's Stickless.
What in the hell is this place?
And so now you are currently finding yourself in his actual, like, professional, like, dirty deeds workshop. So this is where you imagine all of his, like, more advanced research is located. So go ahead and go around the corner. You'll find it. You're entering into a room that is unmistakably a wizard's laboratory. It's permeated by this acrid scent of chemicals to the extent that where you can almost taste it. And on the right-hand wall, there's this one over here, there's a fireplace that seems to have a magical fire burning, no heat, but providing enough light to read a book by the fireplace. And there's several bookcases in the corner. There's a lot of loose papers and notebooks, and there's a work table that's basically the entire opposite side of the room that has a variety of objects. And so as you guys are looking about, you also notice... Can you guys enter into the room? I see everybody's, like, outside of it.
We're scared.
There's also runes that look very familiar.
Do you know where these go, Jeremiah?
Well, I mean, the master's got a matching pair in his chambers, but I don't really know how to use them myself. Oh boy.
They're not glowing or anything.
I want to take out like this radar device that I kind of imagine kind of looks like a metal detector, but with like a little screen on it, like a big screen on the top. And I want to cast detect magic for this room.
Okay, sounds good. Also, you do notice there is a barred door here.
Oh, I did not see that. No.
I'll wait till he casts detect magic to do anything.
Well, the first thing you notice, there's a lot of magic coming from this runic portal. However, it's currently not active. It's definitely got that transmutation, I think is teleportation. Could be wrong. Conjuration, probably, for teleportation. But it's currently off. You can tell that there's a couple of, like, journal entries scrawled about, more or less, like, pinned to the wall here that reference it. And it seems to have, like, this, almost like a fingerprint type feeling in terms of magic. And so while Laszlo has casted this spell, none of you see the same thing Laszlo does. It's almost as though he turned on like a black light that only he can see. And so he's kind of like waving his alchemical supplies around the room, and it's almost like sensory objects. And so he's getting a good feel for all of the magical creations and experiments that this guy has done in the past. You do notice that all of these books have some kind of like arcane tendency. There are several potions along the workbenches that look to be usable or have been previously made in like the last week or so they're very fresh. And there's the gate is, well, you thought there would have been like a lock on it, but it's currently unlocked. It looks barred, maybe to prevent something from getting out, but there's no lock.
Salvatore's not really looking to see the science, but he is looking for any kind of clues, maybe in the journal entries about what he was up to.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
And I'll take a look at the potions and kind of gather them up and examine to see what each one is.
Sure. So with that investigation check, you're reading a couple of entries, just random ones that you found. Apparently a vampire spawn was something he was tinkering with, and it kind of got loose, and he hasn't really found it recently. So that's fun. And another one says, sometimes I think I did too good a job creating this maze. It takes a keen sense of direction to maintain your orientation. I got lost there yesterday.
Okay. I informed the party that maybe he's lost in his maze of his own creation.
And then the potions you find are a potion of healing and a greater potion of healing. Also,
Nice.
make who else is investigating the room?
I'm checking
I was
this
just getting ready to
bookshelf.
say, yeah, I was gonna check the bookshelf.
I want to give Bruce the greater healing potion.
Is that fireplace
Thank
going?
you.
It is a continual flame, so those of you proficient with magic know that it is it doesn't provide any heat. It just more or less like lights the room.
Can I look up the chimney?
Sure, you stick your head in, knowing full well it won't hurt you. There's nothing in there. Nope, unfortunately not.
Where does it lead? Is it? I mean, we're like deep
We're
underground.
deep underground.
Yeah, it's more for looks, if anything.
Okay, all right.
It's like one of those like gas show fireplaces where it doesn't go anywhere; it just looks like a fireplace.
It's a TV.
Mhm.
It's just a fire on the TV.
It's Netflix is running.
And so whoever wants the other potion of healing, it's on the workbench, but I gave Bruce the greater potion of healing. And then investigation rolls from Bruce, please. Jeremiah's like hastily picking up like loose journal entries and papers and trying to put them back where he imagines they are. What? How many? Did everybody pick it up? It gave me a lot of errors there. That's funny. Who picked it up?
I think I did.
You picked it. Somehow gave you like 8. So that's funny.
I mean, I'll take 8.
No, you don't get 8.
No, that's what the game gave me, though.
Trust in the software.
Also,
I actually don't even see. Oh, that's my spell book.
yeah, I removed him. Don't worry. But don't forget, Laszlo, you do have a couple of daily abilities now. So like your experimental potions and your Tome of Vigor and Decay. I'll go ahead and roll for you. You actually get a little boost from this, and it's a macro.
Oh yeah, I got the like good stuff.
Yep. So
what I roll?
yeah, just to decipher this, but go ahead and read it for your own personal benefit. Your potion that you get from this, from your Tome of Decay, is Wisdom. And by how much is 4 points. And because it's in the positive, it's literally a boost of 4 Wisdom for skill checks.
Oh, it's a potion that I get? I thought it just like gave that to me for the day. That was.
Oh, yeah, it gives it to you. Sorry. But in the future, maybe it can be a potion that you can give to other people.
That's awesome.
And then let me roll the elixir stuff because I forgot to do that. Cool. So I just have +4 to my wisdom
What a fun
today.
sound.
Yep.
Hey,
it's for more or less like skill checks and such. I'm just double checking though. Oh, it is your ability score. So yeah, basically anything dealing with wisdom. So I'll do +4 to that.
Sweet.
So you have 16 wisdom now. You're feeling real wise. But don't forget, because if I forget,
Real
you're gonna
bad
get
when that,
yeah.
when that goes the other way.
Yeah, for sure. But no, fun item. Anyway, did you click the experimental elixir? Now click other formula.
I did. I got a 2, so I got a swift.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's the same thing. Nice. Okay. Carrying on, Bruce, you find.
Thank you for reminding me about that. Though.
Yeah, Bruce, you find a rope of climbing.
In the bookshelf?
Yes, in the bookshelf. You literally open a book and a rope falls out.
That's super sick.
This guy must be pretty eccentric.
I've always been curious myself, honestly. Have you guys ever? No.
I'm
No.
Ever what now?
You
What are
ever,
we talking about?
you ever like to get tied up? Just for shits and giggles.
Oh, I mean,
All right. So, anyways, I'm gonna go check this door over here, guys. It's barred off and seems awfully suspicious, but it's not magical.
Do you take the bar off the door?
Yeah, because I so want to get distracted from the tie rope comment that Laszlo just immediately opens it up without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that +4 wisdom of his.
Was anybody else? I think Alonso, you were looking at the fireplace. Salvatore picked up notes. Kai, was there anything else you were doing?
I didn't think of anything that nobody else has already done. I'll look at the pictures on the wall.
Okay. Give us an investigation check. Nice.
So are these watercolors?
Yeah, you actually look at this painting and you notice it has like this magical veil, as though you could maybe reach inside of it. And you're looking at it and it seems to be kind of almost like a mirror to the same room.
I reach inside of it.
Yeah, so as you reach your hand inside, you notice your hand gets eerily smaller, almost like a mouse, like a computer mouse. And so as you're waving your hand around, you see several things. You see a book, you see a ring, and you see a potion. Which one do you grab?
It's like the same room that we're in, as if it was a mirror, you said?
Yes, but it's like you're interacting with it by placing your hand inside, and your hand almost like leaves your body. Think like mage hand type rules. There's 3 items that you can seem to interact with. And it's a ring, a book, or a potion. Your choice.
I'll look at the ring.
Okay. So as you touch the ring and you place it in this ethereal hand of yours, it almost like grows in size and it comes outside of the painting, and the painting immediately vanishes from the wall. It's as though it goes blank. The frame's still there, but the painting itself is gone. But in your hands is a ring of necrotic resistance.
Oh,
Wowzers.
I'm into that.
Lit.
Hey, guitar boy, can you put that away?
Nope.
Guitar boy.
He just because we can hear it is what he was saying. He's not saying.
All right, not the first time I've said this. Great. So, as Laszlo is like fed up with Bruce's dominatrix remarks, he unbars the door. He basically gets up underneath the plank of wood and he pushes up, and it comes flying off. And the first thing you all notice is that there's curls of shadows that now come through the cracks and crevices of this door, and it bursts open. And that's where we're ending for tonight.
Whoa.